Hello, good evening and welcome to UTV Life. Sit back and relax with me over the next half hour because on tonight's programme, a who's who of novelists, non-fiction writers, photographers and historians will be descending on County Antrim for the inaugural Macklemore Literary Festival. And I'm joined by writers Stephen Walker and Wendy Erskine to find out what we can expect. Rita has been to meet Ireland's First Lady of Country Music, Susan McCann, who's celebrating 50 years in the business.
I am a loaded gun, fired into a world gone wrong.
I'll be chatting to Emmy award-winning singer-songwriter Foy Vance about his brand new album The Wake, and we'll have music from him as well. And our film critic Brian Henry Martin will be giving us his top entertainment tips for this week. Well, here's a question. What do former Scottish First Minister Nicola Sturgeon, Blue Lights creator Declan Lawn and RTE broadcaster Miriam O'Callaghan have in common? Well, the answer, they'll all be in the Macklemore estate outside Larne for the inaugural Literary Festival next weekend. And I'm delighted to welcome the curator, who is author and broadcaster Stephen Walker, along with acclaimed writer Wendy Erskine. You're both very welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me. As I say, acclaimed broadcaster as well. You have been on our screens for so long, Stephen, covering politics and all sorts of things around the world. Why on earth have you decided to host a literary festival?
Well, funnily enough, I've always wanted to do it. And my dear friend is Jane Allen. The Allen family run the Macklemore estate, which is a wonderful estate.
Gorgeous.
On the Antrim coast, just outside Larne, 42 acres, a great Victorian manor house. So we had talked about this idea. We'd taken Lady Trimble down there to do an event about a Trimble biography that I'd written. And Jane said to me afterwards, look, we must do more of these events. And then we had a discussion. And then we came up with the idea of a 2-day book festival for the end of March, 21st and the 22nd. And then we started to talk about various novelists, various non-fiction writers, photographers and historians. And then we contacted a number of people, and thankfully lots of people said yes. And we're now really busy selling tickets. Some tickets are still available, some are selling out, but we're really looking forward to a couple of great days.
Yes, because I went onto the website and I was going, sold out, sold out, sold out. But as you say, there's still some available. But what we love about festivals like this is the celebration of local artists. And this is where Wendy comes in. Wendy, you're going to be on stage with Jan as well and talking to yet another McClements, because Paul McClements I know is involved. So you're going to be with Jan Carson in conversation. Do you enjoy these sort of events?
I love these events, I really do. I mean, there's nothing nicer than getting to talk about your book and talking about your book to people that are interested. And it's even better whenever it's local. So I'm really looking forward to it. And Jan is a great friend of mine. She's a wonderful writer. So I think we'll have a real good conversation.
And I should say it's Freya McClements who's going to be chatting to the pair of you. But it must be lovely also to have the two of you on stage. And comparing notes as well, because you're both completely different styles. So it must be lovely to compare and contrast and talk about the different ways that you do things.
It is. It's going to be really interesting, I think, because as you say, we write in quite different ways. We focus on different sorts of things. But there'll be a lot of commonalities as well. And with Freya there, I think it should be a really good conversation.
Well, this is just one aspect. I mentioned Nicola Sturgeon, I mentioned Miriam O'Callaghan. Have you basically gone through your contact book, Stephen, and go, hello, I've got this wee event?
I think you've rumbled me. I think you well and truly have rumbled me there. Yes, I mean, I've relied on people that I know in the industry. Obviously, I know people in publishing. I know people involved with broadcasting. And so, you know, I contacted Miriam O'Callaghan, for example, who I've known for many years. She instantly said yes. I contacted Andrew Loney, who obviously is the UK's most sought-after author with his book about Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. He is in such demand that we've only got him for a number of hours. He is flying in on the Saturday morning, and then he's flying out almost as if he steps off the stage. He said yes instantly. And then friends like Declan Lawn are involved, and then journalistic friends like Sarah Travers and Donna Traynor and Freya. And so yes, I have relied on friends, but then that's what friends are for. And I think it's going to be a really good 2 days. People can come, they can listen to people like Wendy, they can go for a walk in the grounds. Some people are even staying overnight. There'll be great food. And I think the whole event will hopefully have a real buzz about it.
Yes, because when you see Nicola Sturgeon on a lineup, it's a name you're not automatically going literary, but of course she's written her memoirs as well. And I love these events because they're pretty much no holds barred when it comes to questioning people about things. Because
Yeah.
they've put them on paper.
Yes, so
it's there.
the way that it works is each event is in conversation. So there will be an author, a writer, a historian with a journalist or a broadcaster. They'll chat for probably an hour and a bit, and then we'll take questions. And then there'll be an opportunity, obviously, for members of the public to pose questions, and then there'll be an opportunity for people to buy books. And I think people love the idea of being in the same room and actually seeing these people close up. And I think particularly with the Nicola Sturgeon one, I hope people see a different side to Nicola Sturgeon. Obviously, we're all used to Nicola Sturgeon in front of the camera, watching her words very carefully. But I think we're going to see, hopefully, the personal side to Nicola.
And the fact actually that she loved Janie, the comedian, the Scottish comedian, who put her voice to the through COVID. And talking of different writers, crime is one of my favourites. And Andrew, tell me. Oh, sorry, the brain has just gone completely dead.
Adrian McKinty.
Yeah, Adrian McKinty.
Yeah.
Fantastic writer.
Adrian McKinty is from East Antrim.
Oh, right.
So it's very much a home gig for him. And Adrian is sold out. So people in East Antrim have clearly booked their tickets in droves. So Adrian's going to be in conversation with Colin Bateman from Bangor. We've also got Declan Lawn, and we have Joe Spain. Joe Spain is a crime writer.
Amazing writer too. Wendy, you've short stories to novel now, The Benefactors. It must be lovely being able to expand your stories into a novel.
Do you know, it is. It's been great. I suppose one of the things is whenever you're writing short stories, every time you've finished one, that's it over, and you have to start again from scratch, building up a new world, building up new characters, where this just felt like such a luxury that I could stay with the same people for about a year and a half. So it was lovely.
And you're head of English at Strathern.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So you give yourself time off to write this, or have you always written? Because you came to publishing late.
Yes, I didn't have anything published until I was 50. So I've always just tried to manage it as best I can.
Like 6 months or so.
Oh well, you're very kind. You're very kind. That was one of those things. Just always trying to manage it. Working at the kitchen table, not needing some special sort of spot.
Well, it's fantastic. I think this festival is going to go from strength to strength. Stephen, Wendy, thank you very much indeed, and enjoy next weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, country music star Susan McCann is marking an incredible 50 years in the industry with a special concert on Monday the 23rd of March at the Grand Opera House in Belfast. And throughout her career, she's toured the world and even performed for presidents. However, it's performing at home that means the most to her, as Rita found out when she went to meet the Irish Queen of country music.
Ireland's First Lady of Country Music, dazzling audiences for over 50 years. And having recently overcome serious health issues, she's delighted to have the next generation, her grandchildren, by her side as she embarks on a lifetime ambition to headline at the Opera House in Belfast. And she's compiled new special edition releases for the big night. So lovely to see you.
Thank you. Really lovely to see you too. You're very welcome.
Susan, 50 years at the top
My
of your industry.
My God, 50 years. Imagine.
You don't look a bit.
Somebody, here. If somebody had told me 50 years ago that I'd be sitting here talking to you today, Rita, but celebrating 50 years, I would have laughed at them. I really would.
Well,
it's just
fantastic.
Amazing. It really is. I'm delighted.
Tell us about this amazing gig that is happening.
I'm doing the Opera House in Belfast now, coming on the 23rd. It's been a lifelong dream of mine that I'd have my own show in the Grand Opera House in Belfast.
And it's called A Life in Music. And there's something very special about that because your son-in-law wrote that song for you.
He did.
And you'll be performing it on the night.
I'll be closing the show with it on the night. Yeah,
fantastic.
It's great, yeah.
Who will be joining you on stage?
Well, on stage, I have Philomena's going to be there. Lovely. All the people I've worked with over the years. Philomena, Brendan Quinn, Cleona Hagan.
Isn't she great?
I know. She's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
Father Brian Darcy's going to be there. And Hugo.
It's a great celebration of what you've achieved in your life. And it all started quite early for you, singing at school.
Singing at school. And then I went to a function in Forkhill one night with Mum and Dad. It was a carnival years ago, but way before your time, Rita. And the band that were playing there was John Murphy Cayley Band. And they asked me up to sing.
And that was it?
That was it. I'm accompanied now with my lovely granddaughters. They're singing with me. Sinead.
Very talented as well.
Yeah, and Laura. And they're both singing on the night.
You have had some incredible highs in your career, playing the likes of, all over the world, really. What's the kind of the highlight for you? Carnegie Hall, probably?
Yeah, well, Carnegie Hall and the Strawberry Festival and the Wembley Festival, and do you know there's so many things over the years.
Yes.
Like looking back now, you know, there's our fans are very loyal.
Yeah.
They're like the amount of people that's travelling to see me in Belfast is
that right?
on. They're coming up from
Busloads.
Scotland. They're
Are
coming
they?
up, yeah.
Oh, Susan.
They're coming up from Cork and from Limerick, all over the place.
It'll be such a great crack night
Yeah,
for you.
yeah.
I'm sure you can't wait.
I think maybe people might think it's going to be my last night because I'm not long on the road.
I said there's a bit more in the tank yet.
There's a wee bit. There's a
Wee bit more in the tank yet.
Stand beside you, sweet Adelaide.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me.
Oh,
and
Rita,
can't
it
wait to
was
see you.
lovely to have you. Lovely to have you here at home. All right, Rita. God love you.
She's wonderful. Still to come, I'll be talking with singer-songwriter Foy Vance about his latest album, The Wake, and we'll have music from him as well. And Brian Henry Martin will give us his entertainment tips for this week, so see you shortly. Hello again. Now, artists gain inspiration from many sources, and for Emmy Award-winning singer and songwriter Foy Vance, his 7th album, The Wake, marks the completion of a decades-long journey of soul-searching and life-altering revelation. I'm delighted Foy can join me now on UTV Life. Foy, double album vinyl. That is lovely to hold in my hand.
Do you know what? It's lovely for me too, because there was a window of time where it looked like I was going to have to cut 3 songs and put it onto one vinyl, but finally we won out and they made a double record.
Well,
for
it's
me.
fantastic. But what struck me is there's so few tracks for a double album.
Yeah.
So it's going back to the good old days of albums telling stories.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, the first song on it is a 9-minute venture off into our interest, I guess. And it goes on from there. Yeah, no, we weren't trying to keep it concise. We weren't trying to get it into any sort of format or whatever. We were just responding.
And it just came from the heart, and that's it. Because we're going to hear at the end of the programme the second track on side A, which is Hi, I'm the Preacher's Son. And it is dedicated to your dad. So can you tell me a little bit about him?
Well, he was a preacher, quite obviously, which is a strange thing to have as a dad, you know what I mean? It's an odd thing that your dad inhabits that role and people look at him in that way, and then you get to see him when he's at home.
Yeah, he's revered from the outside, but inside he's going, go and do your homework.
You know what I mean?
do this.
He was revered enough at home,
Yeah.
for sure, but, you know, you get to see behind the curtain of it all. And but yeah, I guess that's like, what's that song about? I don't know, the unescapable kind of thing of being a preacher's son. I don't know any other preacher's son that I've talked to. There's a similar thread between it. It's something that never leaves you. It's an odd thing that your dad does that job.
Yeah.
It's very odd. And it exposes you, do you know what I mean? You start thinking about faith at a very young age,
Yeah,
for one, you know what I
of
mean? It's like, what
course.
does that mean? Is there a God? Is there not a God?
Yeah.
All those types of things are really kind of relevant at a young age, so it's an odd...
But also the performance.
Yeah.
And that obviously has come into your career, the performing aspect of it. And did you ever have the sort of the fear of getting up, or because you'd seen your dad doing it, that you thought, you know, I can do this?
Yeah, I don't know if I ever had fear of getting up. I think I was always just too enamoured and engaged with whatever I was doing to even think about it being in front of anyone or whatever. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of what he did that is what I do, I suppose. As much as I tried to avoid anything that he did, you know what I mean, I ended up becoming what I am, and it's like, wow, so much of my dad is in there, you know what I mean. I don't preach any gospel other than the gospel of flick. But it's a similar thing.
But as they say, the harder you work, the luckier you become. And
Right.
I mean, your career has we've watched you going sort of quietly along and then up and up and up. And huge congratulations on the Emmy.
That's wild, isn't it?
Were you there?
Yeah, I was there. Do you know what?
And it was I should point out, it was for Ted Lasso, the track that was on Ted Lasso.
It was me, Ed Sheeran, and Max Martin wrote
we just dropped those names into the mix.
Well, I didn't write it on my own. I don't want to take all the credit. Yeah, we wrote it for the Ted Lasso thing. In fact, the brief for the Ted Lasso show was great. It was like, all right, just write a song for the ages, a Bohemian Rhapsody of today. Like, well, I will just wait till I finish this sandwich here and we'll go and knock out a Bohemian Rhapsody. Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? Like, what? But yeah, we had a good laugh about that, wrote the song in literally 20 minutes and spent the next 2 days writing other stuff. And I'd kind of forgotten that we'd even written it, quite frankly, until my manager texted me one morning and said, "You've just been nominated for an Emmy," which I thought for sure was I'd missed a meeting. And he's like, "You win the Emmy for being a whatever." Yeah. But no, he was serious, and I went, and the whole night I sat there thinking, there's no way we've got this, no way. I was, genuinely surprised and shocked.
And did you have to do the full bow tie and black gear? And
yeah, I got a nice black suit. I got a nice black suit for the occasion, nice black shirt, dressed up and all that. But by the time I got up on the stage, my partner Bonnie was so excited. The moment she just kind of kissed me all over, and I was covered in big red marks across my face.
And how did the connection between you and Ed Sheeran come about? Because he loves Northern Ireland artists.
Yeah, he does. He does. I don't know. He'd been coming to my gigs for a long time, apparently since like the age of 12, 13. His dad would bring him to a lot of shows, and I think that's how he heard about me through. So I don't know who he heard me through, but he would come to a lot of shows, and then when he was coming to prominence, he reached out.
And the rest is history.
We've been mates ever since.
But what's lovely about, like, going back to the album, which I think we should, 7th album, and as I say, it's the most personal, intimate one, and you're doing intimate launch gigs. There was New York, but you're also doing Belfast, and you know that must be lovely to be bringing something like this that means so much home.
Yeah, we're starting here, and the world tour kicks off here in Belfast too. That's intentional. Like the Titanic, we're setting out, but hopefully we won't sink.
Not at all. As we always said, it was fine when it left us.
Exactly right.
Yeah. Right. So it's March is when you're doing the intimate gig, and where's that?
That's going to be at Duke of York, upstairs in the Duke of York.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And when do you start the tour?
The tour starts in August 15th, Custom House Square, and then we go through to April the next year, then ended up in Australia or somewhere.
Isn't it incredible just how successful Custom House Square has become? And it's wonderful, the bands that are coming here. I mean, like all my old ones I grew up with, you know, Stiff Little Fingers, Undertones, all those guys, and it's wonderful to hear them.
It's a killer spot, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And the acoustics even are bizarre. Because it's an outdoor venue, they shouldn't be that good.
Well, it's got those, you know, it's lined with the bounce back, you know, it's kind of, you're in a little chamber of sorts.
So,
you know?
You're August to April, it's bye, Foy.
Yeah. Bye, kids.
Yeah.
Mr. Promises we'll be back from the road soon.
Will you be home for Christmas?
Of course. No, I never. I'm not on tour that whole time. I can't be doing that, Pamela. Are you kidding? No, 2-3 weeks and then a week or so off. 2-3 weeks.
I need my slippers and my baked beans.
No, right.
Foy, it's always a pleasure to see you. May you go from strength to strength, and the album, absolutely fantastic.
Hey,
looking forward to hearing it at the end of the show. Well, now here's Brian Henry Martin with his entertainment tips for this week.
In the cinema, Kieran Hines and Leslie Manville play a Northern Irish couple who take a life-changing trip.
What brings you to Amsterdam? I thought it was time for an adventure.
Midwinter break stirs up memories of the past as the pair consider their future together. Next, American author Colleen Hoover has sold millions of books, and her latest romance comes to the big screen.
There was before you. And there was during you. I never thought there would be an after you.
A troubled young mother yearns for one last shot at redemption in reminders of him. And finally, the St. Patrick's Day Music Festival is underway in Belfast. For the next 5 days in the Cathedral Quarter, there's great music, indoor and outdoor, and it's free. And Sunday night is the 98th Academy Awards, so best of luck to Maggie O'Farrell and Jessie Buckley, who are nominated for Hamlet. Let's hope they can bring home the Oscar.
He always carries that with him. Well, that's just about it for tonight. I'll be back next Friday evening at 7. Hope you can join me then. Playing us out tonight, though, here is Foy Vance with Hi, I'm the Preacher's Son. Have a great weekend and good night.
I am no fortunate son. I am no favored one. I am but a loaded gun, fired into a world gone wrong. Face down in the dirt, I learned you don't always get what you deserve. I can hide, I can try to run, but I am what I have become. Now that I have children of my own, my father's voice returns, reminding me to teach them how to lead into the earth, how to listen, how to hear, how the still voice to discern. I'm no fortunate son, I am no favored one. I am but a loaded gun, fired into a world gone wrong. Face down in the dirt, I learned you don't always get what you deserve. I can hide, I can try to run, but I am what I have become. I am no fortunate son, and I'm no favored one. Like you, I'm a loaded gun, fired into a world gone wrong. Face down in the dirt, I learned you don't always get what you deserve. I can hide, I can try to run, but I am what I have become. Hi,